Hey guys, today we're going to be making an oil platform as suggested by these two people. Thank you so much for your comment. Guys, you can let me know anything that you want me to make and I will definitely give it a try. So just leave your comments down below. That'll be very much appreciated. The first thing that I'm going to do is create a bunch of pillars where this whole platform is going to stand on, because of course this is going to be quite big and it does need some support. So we're going to be making 4 of these big giant pillars. They are 5 by 5, I believe, with the corners cut out, and then I think I left about 15 blocks in between them. Now here I'm making the top a little bit bigger just to give it a little bit more support from the bottom, because we don't want this platform to like collapse or anything, do we? Now this iron here is basically just decoration, the iron bars just all the way around. I'm just trying to make it look nice and make it look real, as like a real oil platform would have it. Now right here with World Edit, I am copying one pillar and pasting it over to the other 3, as you just saw, which is quite simple, just a copy paste command. This whole platform is not going to be square. There's going to be a little bit on the front right here. By the way, I filled that in with a World Edit fill command, which is andesite. Now this little bit on the front is where the drill is going to be. So the drill will have a little hole in the platform where it's going to be drilling through into the water, into the ocean floor. Now this whole thing of course needs a lot of construction and beams and pillars and everything to make it look sturdy, and I was just adding a little bit of detail on the bottom just to make it look nice from the bottom as well, because we don't want like a simple stupid block and not have any detail. So of course I wanted to put something there. Here I'm creating 2 tanks. The first one of course here is going to be 2, and I just chose to have it in like 3 different colors. It doesn't really matter what you do, like this is all up to you guys. If you want to create something like this, don't copy me, just try to let your imagination flow and try to do it sort of as me, but not exactly the same. So here I just created super simply, without even world editing, these circles, just doing it by hand and making I believe it was 6 blocks high, nice little tanks. Then there's going to be piping all over it, and I'm going to be finishing that off later. On the whole right part of this oil platform, I'm going to be making a sort of housing area where people sleep, where people have meetings, where people have anything, where there's going to be a kitchen, anything you can think of that lets people house there. That's going to be right here. It's going to be multiple stories. It's going to have lots of windows. It's going to look pretty cool. The block I chose for the walls is a pillar quartz block, because I think it is the closest to like sheet metal kind of metal that you can find, and it looks quite nice in normal default Minecraft. Now here I'm increasing the width of this whole housing area, and I want it to be sort of over the ocean. I thought that was quite a cool addition that I didn't even plan for in the beginning. As you just saw, I just randomly increased the width, and that's another pretty cool thing about this whole series. I'm mostly just doing this out of my head. All I do beforehand is I look at a couple pictures to get like a general idea of what I'm building, because sometimes you do want to like look at stuff because you don't know all the tiny fine details about like a build. So you just want to look up a couple pictures and then just let your imagination flow and build something that you actually want to build yourself and that you're not like copying or anything. So right here, as you saw, I am separating the 2 floors by a full andesite block, which is just nice to have like a separator block and not have it the same exact material. And I'm basically using that as well for like a floor block, just to have it filled in. I'm not going to be like decorating the insides or anything, by the way. This is just for like the outside part. Now I made like a second story, and now I'm creating a little flat part, like a very tiny area with 2 more stories on top. I thought it was quite nice, and a couple doors on the side to finish that off, which is actually going to lead to our helicopter platform, which is going to be a really nice addition. I love this. It looks so good. So I made this coming out from the side of the building. So I made 2 support beams that go up to hold that whole platform up, because it's quite big. Then here I think I made it 7 blocks from the center. So it's a radius of 7, and then just eyeball a circle. It doesn't really matter that much. And of course we need to make an H inside of this, which is going to be in a second. And I'm also going to decorate this with, here you go, with some iron bars just to make it look nicer. That's what sort of heli platforms look like in real life. There's the H, and now I'm going to make a nice circle surrounding it, and it looks quite like a real life heli platform. Quite cool. Now a staircase, of course, to get on top of it and to get down, and I'm also guarding that with a little fence, and now you can get inside of the building over there. Now I'm making a couple little details that you can see, and right here I'm going to be making the entrance to the inside of this building and just making like a wall. And this is all improvised, by the way. Like, I really don't know what I wanted to do here, so I just randomly put a door and stuff, and it actually came out quite nice. Like I was saying before, this whole island has a lot of support beams and pipes and structures and everything. So right here I'm creating the part where the drill is going to be in the front, and of course it needs to be sturdy and stuff, so I made lots of piping, lots of tubes and support beams and everything like that. Right here I'm actually already creating the little drill, and 3x3 seemed a little bit too big for me, and even though I didn't have a center block, I chose to make it 2x2 even though it's not centered, but it still looks nice. So here I'm creating a structure around it, and this is going to be the pipe that like basically pulls in the oil. Now this whole drill is going down below into the ocean, nothing really fancy to see right there, and all I'm doing right here is just placing random details, finishing up all of those support pipes, and actually making some space for a big sort of tower that we're going to be making. So over there on the right, I'm going to be filling that in and create a nice little tower on top with the magic of Roll-It that was super quick and did that by hand on the front. Now I'm going to be making a nice little crane on the front to basically pull in anything that you like on this island. I don't know why you would need it. I guess I do, but I wasn't sure. That's what I saw in pictures, and I was like, let's add a nice little crane on there. So that was the base of the left side. That's going to be added very, very soon. This drill, of course, needs to be powered and pushing down into the ocean floor. So, of course, it needs to have something at the top that is pushing down on it. And I don't know really how the mechanics work of this thing, but I saw it on Google Images, so I wanted to make it. And it's sort of above the drill, and it's pushing down on it to basically cram it into the ocean floor, I guess. And I had to make a little structure surrounding it to hold it up, of course. And it was kind of hard to do in Minecraft, but it sort of came out pretty nice, and I'm quite happy with it. It's just pretty simple. Now this is where the crane part starts, which was kind of exciting to me, and it's kind of fun to do all the time. It's basically really easy to do, just like a 1x1 pattern. You go up, and then the slabs, they meet up at the exact point right there. That's what I made the height of the crane of. And then all what's left to do is a steel cable going down to like a hook or something. So right here, I'm basically adding a bunch of details, little barrels, iron barrels, things that house oil or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Basically, put down a lot of stuff. Even though if you don't know what it is for, just put it down. Make lots of details, make it look nice. That was a little chimney right there with some smoke, so cobweb coming out of the top. I added a bunch of details on the top of a lot of things. On the tanks, I put down just slabs, which are basically lids of some sort. Doesn't really matter. Making some iron fencing surrounding the whole platform so people don't accidentally fall off, you know. That would hurt quite a lot, or we need to be like a good diver so you can do like a backflip or something. But here I'm creating the part where people would arrive at the island, because I didn't do that yet, and there's going to be a little elevator going up to this little platform that you can use to walk up into the top platform. Then here is a little docking area for a boat, so people can go on top of there, and then they can just go with the elevator and go up to the platform, and that's basically how that would work. And that's how I kind of imagined it. I don't know if there would be like an elevator. I don't know if that's too fancy for an oil platform. It just sounded cool to me, I guess. And guys, this is actually the finishing product. I'm just putting down like buttons and stuff. It's a really weird detail I always like to do, and it just gives a little bit of depth. Oh, and another chimney. I didn't even know about this. Another nice red chimney. And that is basically it. I'm just randomly placing little buttons all over the place, but guys, this is the finishing product. I'm very happy with this. I did it out top of my head, as I said, just looking at a couple pictures, and I'm very happy with this. So guys, like I said, please drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you want me to make in the next video, and I'll give you a shout out. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more stuff like this, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.